Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, October 25th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's just jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the ES futures are trading lower by about a quarter of 1 point, maybe a half a point, really right around that 1847 level. Futures have come off the highs a little bit, but you could see them bouncing here. Overnight session, they were much lower, down around 1748, but they have rallied back. I think a lot of this has to do with the dollar-yen chart. I think traders may want to focus on this today. You'll see right around 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, dollar-yen put in a pretty nice low, and that has been moving steadily higher. Dollar-yen, if the dollar-yen goes higher, that usually will hurt gold prices, and it will help push equities in the S&P 500 and also in the European markets higher. So keep this chart on your radar. This is probably the most important chart. This is the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. So traders want to watch that. Also, if we look here, what we'll see is that the dollar yen probably may have hit a short-term support level on a daily chart, but that's something our members have taken notice of, should have on their level from looking at the weekly currency report that we do each and every Sunday night. So very important level hit on the dollar yen today. Now last night, if you take a look at the Nikkei 225, that was pretty much slaughtered to the downside. Take a look at this chart and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that big thrusting move lower in the Nikkei 225. So that's going to be an index to watch. But generally when the dollar yen gets a bid, that index will go higher. But last night, the Nikkei 225 down 2.75%. So this has been an ugly, ugly week for the Nikkei, really falling lower. When I worked out some calculations, I do see lower prices ahead. But I suppose if the dollar yen can start to get a bid and that Japanese yen goes lower, then that market may recover. But nonetheless, it was a pretty ugly sell-off the last couple days. I don't know how much we could really make out of it. There's still a ton of support on the Nikkei 225 around 13,837, 13,840 if it does get down there. All right, let's get back to intraday stuff here. And if we move this over, what you'll see is we have a lot of stocks in the news, most notably Microsoft. Microsoft beat earnings, catching a pretty good bid here already. You can see the stock yesterday closed at $33.72. Today it's trading up around $36 a share. So pretty good bounce on Microsoft. Another one was Amazon. Amazon looks like their earnings were pretty much in line. Again, Amazon really didn't make a lot of money. They reported a loss of 9 cents per share. That was in line with what the market was expecting, but the revenues were slightly higher. Looks like their revenues came in a little bit better, and stock is trading up in the pre-market to around $356.94. So just call it $357. Closed at $332. So pretty good pop there. I wouldn't be chasing Amazon here. So I think the stock is overbought, severely overbought at that. I would not be chasing it. It's a hard short. We'll have to look at the chart pattern as the day begins. But I would not be a buyer at all of Amazon. And I don't think you're going to get many buyers up here at this level. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. But I would not be chasing Amazon up here at these levels. Looking over a few other equities here that I have reported today, there's just a host of stocks. A lot of you that like those smaller ones can look at Zynga. Zynga reported earnings today as well. I think the ticker symbol on that is ZN. ZNGA. There we go. So you can see that's catching a pretty good little bid. That stock was trading at $3.53. Today it's moving higher. Ton of resistance at $4.21 if it gets there. So keep that on your radar. I'm not sure if anybody's going to want that one. But if it does get up to $4.21 by some chance, and it's at $3.97 now, so that's not out of the realm, be very, very careful. That stock should hit pretty good resistance around $4.21 should it get up to that level. Looking over a few other things, we have a ton of other earnings that are out. Another one is Decker Outdoors. We're going to have a gap level for this one. So this is soaring and roaring this morning. Stock closed at 58 cents. Very strong move. Trading all the way to $66 today. So great move on Deckers. But I do have some resistance points for this one a little bit higher. If you want those, they'll be posted up in the chat room at 9 a.m. Looking over oil and gold today. Obviously, gold is trading lower by about $8. So if we go to the GLD, you'll see that pretty much reflected. GLD right now trading at 129.53, closed at 129.90. Anytime the dollar yen goes higher, trades higher, this should start to come under some pressure. That's just pretty much the way it works. So again, you want to watch that dollar yen chart over the next few days. Remember, gold generally trades inverse to the dollar yen these days. Looking over the oil markets today, you'll see light sweet crude trading higher by about 27 cents. Light sweet crude has been in a pretty decent downtrend, but it is very, very oversold. So to see a little bounce in light sweet crude, not out of the ordinary, somewhat expected if you ask me. Let's take a look at the USO. USO right now is trading at $35.11. It closed at $34.99. So a little uptick in the USO just from a daily chart oversold condition. But I don't really see much strength in oil. But a little short-term bounce cannot be ruled out just because it is so oversold. The USO has gone from $39.50 to $34.50 basically in about a month's time. So again, pretty good sell-off in oil recently, but it is rebounding a little bit today. When I look at the overall day on a Friday, we generally look for a flat to slightly positive trading day. That's just usually the normal bias on a Friday, just because powers that be like to have the markets finish positive into the weekend. This way people will go and spend money. So we'll see if that is the case. You do have the European markets basically flat. The one negative in Europe today is Italy, so that is down 1.15%. But it's had a big rise as of late, so I don't know how much we could really make out of it. Either way, look for a flat type day today in the U.S. markets. I think that's the best bet. If we are down by some chance, usually we're down a little bit. We're not down that much, but you never know. So we'll see how this market plays out today. But I'm going to leave it there, short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts. Take care, everybody.